That means we're live. That means we are live. Welcome everybody to the pilot. This would be considered a pilot, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
the first the first episode of the Writer's Block podcast. This is the panel you see here is the writers behind Hard Not Gamers, the ones you be seeing the reviews, the editorials, the articles. It comes from this panel here. We do have Abby missing. She may be jumping in at some point within, I don't know, the next maybe 10, 15 minutes or later. But I do want to get to the introductions of who we have here. You guys know me as Kid Smooth, always representing HardNotGamers.com. This is going to be a podcast that we do every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Easterns. Of course, we're about 15 minutes late on this one. You know, first podcast jitters going on, but not to take up most of the time talking and spitting. Let's introduce the rest of the panel. Shouts out to DemiGodReviews. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? DemiGodReviews here. Everybody's favorite halfway decent YouTuber. I do every review as possible from Xbox to PlayStation 4. I'm glad to be on the podcast. Glad to be representing Hard Not Gamers. Glad to be writing for these guys. These guys are awesome. Nice, quiet set of folk. No action between us. I love it. I'm just here. Let's enjoy the show, folks.
And then we got the one that turned up real quick, 0 to 100. Famian T, what's up, man? Glad to have you here.
Hey, man, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys know me by now. I may make these rounds in these groups and these podcasts. I am the COO of Hard Not Gamers. I am King Dre's right-hand man. I'm happy to be a part of this team. It's been a hell of a ride so far. We've got one of the best gaming groups going on Facebook. The website has some great writers, as you guys see the panel today. And it's looked to be a heck of a podcast, and I can't wait to see what we got going forward for Hard Not Gamers. If you guys don't know who I am, make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/FameENT2K. I know if you guys enjoy your stay.
Then we got Mr. Nick. I don't know your alias, but you can introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Undead, and I've been around the YouTubes off and on for like 3 years. Nobody knows me. It's all good. I do a lot of editing and whatnot, so stepping into the writing circle for Hard Knock was a obvious step for me, and this is my first time being on a podcast show, so I'm super glad to be here. And I look forward to giving more reviews and everything else. And I'm a huge Xbox fan, but at the same time, I'm not overly biased. I swear. I promise I'll try not to be. And I hope to have a good time.
Yeah, so this panel is full of gamers. Like I said, we are missing another person. She will be joining us shortly. This is the first episode, so really there's been a lot going on. But a lot of the stuff we will cover is stuff that we've gone over on our website. So right now, our website, hardnotgamers.com, is suffering the PlayStation Network syndrome right now by being down at the moment. Hold on one moment, guys.
Oh my god.
Wait to start this podcast.
Yeah. PlayStation's already taken a blow.
I don't represent any of the opinions formed on this podcast. I am my own neutral gamer. What these people say are their opinions. I'm just the guy behind the scenes writing. I just use my little typewriter and I get to work. This is what we do.
He takes and then leaves the podcast for a second. What kind of mess is that?
This is all types of bad.
All right, for people who are watching, I don't know. Jerry has all the topics, and I guess I will take over as host until Jerry comes back. Hope you guys can still hear me clearly. I think that is a no. All righty.
All right.
You guys waiting for me?
This is a very bad start right here.
We lost. Fame Computer. He must have got his his computer started because he wanted to go off his PC instead of his phone, and his computer had to update. So with that being said, we got to talk about the elephant in a room. You know, it's 2016. It was time to activate our most anticipated games list, and we get hit off with a delay. And one of my anticipated games, which is Scalebound, is being delayed until 2017. I mean, what does this mean for not just Xbox, but just for new IPs and stuff like that? It's just that Scalebound was just like one of those. I'm not a big fan of RPG games, but Scalebound was really making me look into the genre, action RPG, hack and slash, another production from Platinum, and it was supposed to be like that Xbox's next big RPG that was supposed to open the doors for other gamers to get into an Xbox.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think that this delay is that big of a problem. Honestly, people have taken it overboard and just really pushed it against the wall. Like, yeah, this is it. This is the death of Xbox. This is that. This is that. But honestly, if the delay means that we're going to get more polished and that things will be perfected and that the online will be smooth or that the combat will be great, because this is Platinum Games we're talking about here. Platinum knows what they're doing when it comes to games, bro. Let's be honest. I feel like they just need to buff it out. They have a ton of projects they're doing on that. And then you want this huge open world 4-player co-op action RPG. It's going to need that work. It's going to need that buff, that polish and everything. So I feel like this isn't a bad delay. And Xbox is just fine with what they have. People put this gloom and doom on Xbox because it's behind right now. When it was reversed back last gen, it was the same doom and gloom claims. So it's going to be fine. It will be okay throughout 2016. I'm hurt because I had hopes it was going to come out this year, but I got other things to play. I still got a backlog that I need to push through while I'm trying to think about the future right now.
Yeah, with my backlog, I'm suffering from gamers fatigue. I don't know if I got over 100 games, and I feel like I have nothing to play. So
right.
I keep going back to just playing multiplayer, Star Wars Battlefront and Halo 5, and I got some games from 2014 that I should probably try to take a crack at. But like I said, Scalebound, I was working on my most anticipated games list before the announcement came, and Scalebound was high on my list. And when I got that news, it was just to me, it was like a big blow. I'm not mad that it's not delayed, but it does give you that sense of disappointment because, when Xbox was bringing out their big list of games for 2016, it just looked like 2016 is going to be even better than what we just had 2015 with their lineup. Now, it does. The thing about it, I guess, that I've been thinking about is that, last year, I think, because Microsoft drops most of their games in the fall, and there's usually a drought for the first half of the year, and I'm like, whatever. Does this mean a game like Recore, which we found out is being moved from spring? So the thing that we got, if you're playing on an Xbox, if you own an Xbox, the next exclusive, there's plenty of games coming out between now and I think Quantum Break, but Quantum Break is the next exclusive, which is in April, and then after that. There's a long list of games after that, but Scalebound was supposed to be that blockbuster at the end of the year, but that new blockbuster, that new game, you know what I mean, that we will all get to try out. Nick, what is your opinion on that?
Well, you know what, to be honest, when they said Scalebound was going to be delayed, I wasn't honestly too surprised because they're biting off a lot with that game, the open world 4-player co-op, all that. That's a lot to bite off and program and everything else. And let's face it, these guys aren't EA size. They're not, you're not talking a 300, 400 man design team or any shit like that. So
Yeah.
when they said it was delayed, I'd rather, them not rush this out. I'd rather them put it, early 2017 and give me a really good game I'm going to be proud of. When you bring out a new IP, you don't want to bring out a glitchy, broken mess, because then you kill the IP before it even started. Like, let's face it, like, there's a lot of people that won't play Battlefield games now after Battlefield 4 and 3 launches. Those were broken-ass games. And no one wants to play a broken-ass game at launch, and no one wants to wait for patches to fix a game that shouldn't have been released, right? So, like, 2017 was a lot longer than I thought it was going to get delayed. I kind of figured it'd be, like, fall, maybe, try and make for Christmas, but
Well,
2017...
it was originally scheduled to be a holiday 2016 game, so it had no other way but to be delayed until 2017. It's just the sound of 2017. I'm like, damn, I'm going to be 2 years older than when the game was announced.
That's the kicker, Jerry. I think a lot of people are missing. Everyone knows this game was scheduled for holiday 2016. It wasn't like it was coming in spring. It wasn't coming out, January, February. It was coming out in holiday 2016. So, for all we know, people call it damage control, but for all we know, it was coming out November, December. For all we know, 'cause all we know is holiday, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it could be delayed 2 months. I know it just sounds bad because it says 2017, but for all we know, it's delayed 2-3 months, and I'm okay with that. I think a lot of people are over-exaggerating the situation because they're hearing 2017. Oh, it's delayed a year. It's not delayed a year if the game was already set to come out at the end of this year. It could be delayed 3-4 months, and this game is supposed to be a big game. So if you want a big game to come out and play flawlessly, I'm okay with the delay.
I'm thinking next March, late February, early March. That would be my guess. That would be the smartest choice because they probably it probably was a multitude of number of things. So you know how developers and publishers already know what's coming out at the end of the year, and they's like, you know what, we don't really have room for Scalebound. There is Mass Effect. It probably was going to go up against Mass Effect, and it was like, no, we're not doing a Tomb Raider again. So they was like, let's give it its own time frame and put it there. That could be a reason. We don't know. I don't have any insight.
And just to point out, I will say, and I told you this, Jerry. I mean, you talked about it. You called BS on me. I told you Record's getting delayed until late 2016. You didn't want to listen to me.
I did not. I thought it was blasphemy that you said that because you said this right after I think E3 or Gamescom or something.
I said it in July.
I was like, they just announced a game 3 weeks ago. Why are you saying it's going to be delayed? I was like, what is he talking about? And
the way people going and how we didn't see anything at Gamescom, we didn't see nothing at Gamescom or Record. I just knew in my heart it was getting delayed, and so I want to make sure I got it on record as showing I told Kid Smooth, he told me BS, but I was right.
Yeah. I liked the video, but I wasn't happy what he was saying. Before we continue, though, just want to say I want to introduce you guys to Abby. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Finally got it working. So.
Nice. We know it's 2 o'clock in the morning over there.
1 o'clock at the moment. So.
1 o'clock in the moment. Okay. All right. We'll try to not keep you up all night. But thank you for joining us. Did you have any opinion or thoughts on the Scalebound delay and now what we're hearing, the potential Record delay?
Well, I suppose on the Recore one, it was a game I was really looking forward to for this year, so as long as it comes out in at least the later quarter, I'm okay with that. And Scalebound, they had a pretty good reason for delaying it, and the fact that, they just want to make a good game without the glitches in it, so...
Yeah, and like I said, I'm with her. Recore was one of the most my anticipated, even though all we seen was a CGI trailer, and that's crazy how the team behind it and the CGI trailer made this one of our most anticipated games. But like she said, if you can get all the glitches and everything worked out, I'm fine with that. I'm willing to pay $60 for a game that's not broken.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm right there with you. But as far as I would say Record, like I said, for some reason I had something about Record that just made me excited for the game, and I was hoping that when they announced for spring, I was just extremely excited. I was like, I can't wait to see what this game is about to bring us. I'm thinking third person semi shooter. I'm thinking of a little bit of Metroid. I'm thinking of a little bit of RPG hack and slash elements, but in a futuristic robotic shooter world. Ever since they announced the game, I've been looking for something, Googling every record. Is there any news that I can get from there that nobody has broke yet? So, and unfortunately, nothing. So I keep watching the trailer.
Yeah, you know, no news is bad news when a game is supposed to release, 6-7 months out. No news is always bad news.
Yeah, I guess. But before we, dive further into 2016, this is, once again, for those who's just joining us and tuning in, this is the pilot episode 1 of the Writer's Block podcast. And everybody you see here on the panel are writers on the website. Go visit hardknotgamers.com. Or wait, because right now we're suffering the PlayStation Network syndrome. We're down.
Oh,
This is no shade at PlayStation. I enjoy my PlayStation as well. But we are under construction. We were up a little bit, did a little update, and it's taking a little bit longer than we like. But you will be able to see these podcasts if you don't catch it live on the website as well. It's hardknotgamers.com. It is in the description link, and But we've went through, 2015 wasn't too bad for gaming. Hello, Michaela. 2015 wasn't too bad for gaming. There's a. You're gonna video bomb me like right now?
Hiya.
All right, so 2015. 2015 was actually a better year than I expected it to be. But I felt like there was a lot of overrated games and underrated games. And my question to you guys, especially you Abby, since you were working on this article about like what was the worst game, what do you think was the most overrated game like that came out in 2015?
Star Wars Battlefront.
You said you're gonna start with what?
Star Wars Battlefront.
You thought it was overrated?
Yeah.
I thought that game is.
There was so much hype on the game.
Sorry.
So.
You know what? I'm kind of with her on that, because if you take away the name Star Wars and let the movie not be coming out, and this wasn't Star Wars but put the same game, people wouldn't have bought it.
Exactly.
It came out at the right time. To be fair, it really did. It came out at the right time. The movie gave it a lot of hype, and like I said, if it was any other characters in there besides Star Wars characters, it wouldn't have sold close to what it sold.
You know what? I don't think Star Wars Battlefront benefited from the movie more. I think more of the Disney Infinity Star Wars edition, those benefited more from the movies than the actual Battlefront game. I think Battlefront could have came out next year without a movie and still did its numbers based on name alone and name and brand. It was going to do whatever it was going to do. But the thing about Battlefront, I don't think it was overrated. I thought it was extremely underrated. That is a fun-ass game, and I'm not saying that because I'm a beast at it, but I'm just saying I think it's like I feel like I wish more of my friends had the game. I don't understand how a lot of my friends don't have it. It's sold 13 million, I find it really fun. It's extremely. I will say this. It's not as competitive as a game like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or even Halo. It is more of a pick up and play, and I think that's what I like a little bit about it. I mean, you can be competitive. There are different people. You can say, okay, well, I'm better than this person, or this person is better than me. But a lot of people say it's casual, but it's available to anybody. You know what I mean? They got some OP weapons here and there, but it's not casual enough to the point where, oh, well, everybody's going to beast at it. There's still learning curves that you have to go through to say, okay, I mastered this game. And it's very addicting. If Battlefront gets supported anywhere near Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 4 is still getting content, this is going to be one hell of a game, and I'm excited. I'll be excited, and I don't mind the price of a season pass if it gets the Battlefield 4 treatment.
Before I say what game was disappointed to me, I want to give a shout out to Abby's fan club, started by the council's Jay Barry. He's all in the comments.
I need to shout him out as well. Yeah.
Shout out to Abby's fan club section over there, Jay Barry. We're happy to have you in, brother. But for me, I was disappointed in Evolve. When I first saw Evolve, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be Game of the Year material. It's going to be so much fun. And because, you know, it's behind the guy who did Left 4 Dead. So I expected a lot more from this game. And from the beta, I was like, I'm not spending $20 on this game. It's just, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I don't like multiplayer only games. It's just not for me. It's just the premise wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Evolve was my biggest disappointment of 2015, hands down. Nick, what about you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of on the Evolve train with you, but I kind of agree with Abby too on the Battlefront game. I'm just getting really sick of these multiplayer-focused games, man. They're just.
Dude, it's 2016. Our internet is fast as shit. All we need is multiplayer games. You know, we're losing human contact. We're losing human contact, so we need more multiplayer games so we can have more friends because we're losing real life friends. So we have to get more online friends. So that means more multiplayer games. Now, dude, you guys got me on record. Everybody had. If you go through my YouTube videos even during the Star Wars Battlefront beta, I've talked so much crap about Battlefront and how whack it's going to be, and I end up putting in like, I don't know, 59, 60 hours into the game, and here's the kicker. I'm probably the only person that has Star Wars Battlefront on both Xbox and PlayStation. And play them and went back and forth. See, I would be a max out rank in Battlefront had I just kept to one console. But I don't know. I don't know why you guys think. I don't know. It can't be an.
It lacks a lot. It really does lack a lot. Like, I think, like you're saying, it's good as a multiplayer, but there's a lot of solo elements that it could do with. So.
All right. Does it lack a lot as a game, or does it lack a lot in comparison to its PS2 counterpart? Like, I mean, lately we.
Well, actually, like, if you want to talk like the PS2 counterpart, like everyone's always like, "Oh, I missed the single player from the PS2 counterpart and everything else." And to be really honest, I didn't really play a lot of. I played it with my friends all the time when we were growing up, and I played it a lot. So yeah, there's the nostalgia factor, but that nostalgia is still there. The game still plays similar and everything else. I just wasn't a fan of the game. I can't put my finger on why. I think. The lack of variety was what killed it for me.
I think it's because it's EA. If Activision did it, everybody would be happy.
No. Don't even get me started on Activision, okay? Just no.
All right, so now, do you guys believe the game is overrated, or do you just think it wasn't that, or it's just a worse game, or just not that great of a game? Like, because I don't think it's overrated material, only because I don't think it got all the praise when it came out in the first place.
Actually, you know what? If we're going to talk overrated games, and I'm going to take a lot of flack for this because I really enjoyed it when it first came out. Black Ops 3, I'm going to say, is most overrated because everyone's going on about how good it is. And it is good, but the only reason it's so good is because the past, 2-3 games have been so garbage.
Terrible.
That I don't even know how to describe it. Like, if I compare this to Ghosts or Advanced Warfare, yeah, it's a great game. If I compare it back to, Modern Warfare 2 or, I sound like one of those...
But we knew Black Ops would be good, though. We knew Black Ops would be good because the first Black Ops was good and Black Ops 2 was greatness. Only thing Treyarch had to do was not mess up. That's all they had to do was give us Black Ops 2.5, and to me, that's what they did. Which what makes it not overrated. To me, Black Ops is what it is. It's a game where they made sure there was nothing innovative happening here. There was nothing out the wall. They just made sure they didn't mess up.
See, my most overrated game, man. Oh, damn. Remember that list I made in Hard Knock Gamers that got a lot of flack? But Black Ops is on that list. I don't think it was any special. And the thing is, I was a victim of playing, I enjoyed Black Ops during the beta, but the thing was, I couldn't stand Advanced Warfare and I couldn't stand Ghosts, and I don't think Black Ops 3 is I don't think it's that much. It's better than Ghosts, obviously, but Advanced Warfare, I looked at them as okay, whatever. It's Treyarch's version of Advanced Warfare. That's what it is to me, and I think it's extremely overrated. And there's a lot of games like that. What was the game of the year? I'm gonna get hell for this. Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I thought I'm gonna keep quiet on that because I'll get lynched. So I'm
No,
not gonna.
no, you can't do that.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
I thought The Witcher 3 was highly overrated itself too. Witcher
Because it
3,
was.
Fallout 4, and Black Ops were all like the biggest games that came out in 2015, but they were the most overrated games. I feel like I played better games. To me, in my opinion, and I'm gonna get shit for this. In my opinion, I think Dragon Age was a better RPG that I played than The Witcher 3. But
Oh, damn.
hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, and Fallout, I've never enjoyed Fallout. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, they're just too slow, too pacey for me, and I don't have really. I don't know if it's the ADHD that just doesn't allow me to play these games. Like they just don't hold my interest for long. So. Those are definitely the most overrated games I've experienced in 2015.
You're gonna get so much stick for that.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm about to actually disable the comments.
No, dude, The Witcher 3 was it was almost as boring as The Order for me. I was bored out of my. It's just too much. I don't know. I don't know if it's too much dialogue or too much talk, and I'm just like, oh my god, skip. Like I don't care. Like it was just too much dialogue, just like The Order, and it was boring to me. I'm with you. It was overrated. I think I think a lot of people who played Witcher 3, they played the other two entries of the game. They just saw, new shiny new game. Everyone's talking about. I want to play it too, and I'm going to buy it.
You know what's crazy, Fame? I didn't buy it. No. Did I get it day one? I was watching you stream. When you first got, I think day one, I was watching you stream. You was making fun of the girls with ashy kneecaps, whoever you was. Yeah, I remember I was watching you stream, and I was like, all right, this game looks all right. I was like, Fame likes it. At least I thought you liked it at the time, but after that, I haven't seen you played it since. So I think Rise and Grind. Shout out to Rise and Grind. He ended up gifting the game to me, and I played it. I played it maybe 3 days, and I'm like, I don't like this shit. And I kind of put it down with intentions on picking it back up, and I just never did. And so, and I think I don't know what it was. I was just trying to, as I was playing it, I was just trying to figure out what is that everybody's loving about this game. It's like, what does it do that no other open world RPG with a sword and power-ups and level up and crafting doesn't do? And so I was like, I don't see the specialness about it. Was it just because it was the only RPG like that came out? I feel like any RPG like The Witcher is going to win Game of the Year if it's the only one that's going to come out that year, because RPGs are immune from not winning Game of the Year. That's in my opinion. So the thing is, yeah, The Witcher 3 I just thought it was highly overrated. Fallout 4, I knew from the jump was going to be overrated, and Call of Duty is just I feel like I played much more funner and better, I think, well done multiplayers than Call of Duty. I don't think Call of Duty is not even like top 5 of multiplayer games that I played this year. So.
Just to go through the comments, somebody did say Fallout 4 was overrated, and someone asked what do you think about the scalebound delay. Unfortunately, we actually ran through that. That was our first topic. So when the podcast is over, trust an idea, you're more than welcome to go back to the very beginning. It's right at the beginning for you to go over what our thoughts about the scalebound delay.
All right, and we got Demigod to return. Demigod, what is your most overrated game of 2015? Not underrated, overrated.
Overrated?
Are you there?
Oh man.
Yep, overrated. Overrated. There's been plenty of them.
Do I have overrated?
Yeah, you have to, and you can't say Star Wars.
I can't say Star Wars.
No,
okay.
You can't say Star Wars.
Oh man. This is tough. This is tough.
You reviewed a lot of games this year. You don't think any of them was overrated?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck here. Just Cause 3 is pretty overrated. And that
yeah, Just Cause 3 is trash. It is. Well, I'm sorry, but go ahead, Demi, because you did a nice review of that game.
People hold the series in high regard and they love it. It has some fantastic ideas. Don't get me wrong, some fantastic action, but I don't know. It's one of those series where it's like, I can miss out on this, and I would be okay. It's one of those.
I almost wish the game didn't come out.
Nah, see, I'm not gonna say it.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
God.
No,
But
no, it could have waited till like July, you know what I mean, or something like that. I would mind. I think that game would have been perfect for the summer.
It's one of those sleeper games, and I was stoked for it because I'm like, Just Cause 2 is dope, and then I think 3 was gonna be doper, but I'm like, it has the same problems from Just Cause 2.
Yeah, just the next gen and 20 frames per second, if that. Just cause like when we've got the game, I game share. I don't know how many of you guys game share, but we decided on the game because we had extra Xbox bucks, and we were like, okay, Just Cause or Rainbow Six, and we're like, flip a coin, and we settled on Just Cause, and I was like, all right, let me jump into it. Started playing, and then I found myself snoring, and I was like, you know what? This is not me, and then it becomes one of those games like, damn, why did we buy this?
Yeah,
and the thing is, I don't want to just delete it off my hard drive because that's just deleting $60. Like, you know what I mean?
It's one of those games where it has a lot to do, but it's the same repetitive thing.
Yeah. All right, so in that case, let's talk about underrated games. Anybody got some underrated games that 2015 had to offer? Like a game that you felt like didn't get all the props it deserved, or that went under the radar, or just games that just got too much flack and you think it didn't deserve that much. Who want to start that?
I'll go. I say it didn't get loved and supported by the Xbox side, but underrated. Final Fantasy Type 0 is fantastic, bro.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I forgot that game came out. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot about that game.
I've been playing it because it's been in the backlog for a minute, and I'm like, damn, this is good. Like I found myself wanting to play a game, and I'm just like, well, okay. How much time can I separate between playing this and going back to Final Fantasy real quick? Because I want to get it in. I'm like, Xbox guys kind of slept on this title, and it is dope. It is dope. Don't let the old school Final Fantasies confuse you. It's not turn-based combat. It's free flow. It's action-based, and it's dope. I wish the Xbox side of things supported this game.
Wait, did you get it on Xbox or PlayStation?
I got it on Xbox.
All right, I might check it out. How much is it? Still a $60 game?
It was a deal on it for $30. I don't know if it went back up to price.
I gotta hit up Calhoun. Maybe he can cop it. I don't buy RPGs.
You know, the thing with Final Fantasy, I actually prefer turn-based. You know, because I've been playing Final Fantasy for the longest. You know, and I love turn-based RPGs. So I don't know if that's for me. Like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm even gonna buy Final Fantasy 15 because I prefer the old way. I love the turn-based RPGs. I don't know. I guess it's because I don't know.
I mean, I've grown up playing the Final Fantasies. I've played the turn-based ones. I played the strategy ones. I've played a lot of Final Fantasies, and for some reason, Type 0 is one of those games. Besides 8 and 10, it's one of those games where I can just keep coming back to because I love the battle system.
Yeah, I think the last turn-based RPG game I've played, and the last one I actually enjoyed, were like freaking Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, and Blue Dragon. I think is it Blue Dragon? Yeah, those are the only two like turn-based RPGs. The last two RPGs I've ever like even bothered playing. Other than that, I prefer the free-flowing hack and slash RPG or action RPG.
Definitely.
I don't think I have a underrated game for this year. I think if anything, just because of the nature of how things are going in the gaming community, everything seems to be overly hyped. So it's almost hard for anything to really fall under the radar or not get enough, attention. So I don't really have a underrated game of 2015. Like I said, just the way the community is going and the way people hype up things before they even see it, because they see the names, oh my God, it's gonna be the greatest game ever. It's gonna be game of the year. We haven't even seen the trailer. I think with the way Those are going. I don't see any game not being noticed, especially if it's an exclusive, because people want to brag about the exclusives for each side. So I don't have an underrated for 2015, unfortunately.
All right. What about you, Abby?
I was so waiting to say, definitely straight away, Ori and the Billion Forest. That would just slip through. So many people have never even heard of it, never mind played it. So, did you hear of it? Yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest was so underrated that it's getting a definitive edition.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That is the underrated game for me, and that is up there one of my favorite games because it was just so beautifully made. It really was.
What can be added to that game? I mean, it already looks great.
Isn't it already 1080p? Are already going to up it to 60 frames per second and 4K resolution? I don't know what makes it definitive.
Can they do that?
The only thing they'll probably be doing is adding DLC or something, but they could have made it.
Because that game looks great for that art style. The game looks absolutely great.
So fluid, man. I love it.
I don't see the point of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, are they going to expect? What about people who already own it? Is it going to be like a free upgrade?
That's what I was thinking.
I heard there's going to be a free upgrade to those who own it.
Okay, cool. Then I'm with it. Nick.
I don't know. Like I kind of agree with the whole thing that there's not really any underrated games anymore. Like everyone hypes up their various things and consoles. Yeah, go Demi.
Man, I'm gonna let you go because it's definitely some slept on games from this year. But I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna let you finish. Do your thing.
But like the game that I most enjoyed, I guess it'd be more games. But like the most Rare Replay for me was like super fun. But like I'm a nostalgia nut, okay? Like it's a bit of a joke because all this is just a bunch of games piled on with like backwards compatibility, whatever. But like. Yeah. That whole game was like that whole disc was like my childhood that could fit in my Xbox for $29.99. Like that was a great thing for me, and like a lot of my friends kind of looked at me and were like, "Really? You're gonna buy all that old shit again?" I'm like, "Yep, for $1 game, it's good shit."
Yeah, and it was on sale for like $14 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I got mine for £12 the other day as well, so that actually equals even less than 14.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We should do some Perfect Dark Zero co-op. That was a underrated. That was my most underrated game on the 360 era. But I have. You guys keep saying that there's no more underrated games because all these games are overhyped. Now I feel like there's like some legit underrated games that I had that I've enjoyed.
I agree.
All right, so I have three. I have three that I feel like that was highly underrated. All right, so the first one was on my mine was damn. First one I'm gonna go to sports. NBA Live 16 is the best NBA Live we had in years, and it got completely ignored. Hey!
Stop the podcast.
You gotta play. If you haven't played it, man, they got the best. They show 2K how to easily do a face scan. I never seen myself in a video game so realistically. I'm like, holy crap, this scares me. Like. It's like some of the best handles in the game. It flows much better. It's just like when you go from playing NBA Live to playing NBA 2K, it's just like the thing is, I got both of them. I buy both of them every year, and I tell myself I'm not buying 2K this year, and then I end up getting it anyway. And the thing is, what happens is I end up playing NBA Live more, and I enjoy NBA Live more. Now, NBA Live 14 sucked. It was horrible. NBA Live 15 was an improvement, but it wasn't that much better. But NBA Live 16 is a game I feel like a lot of people should have tried, and a lot of people were missing out on a gem. Now, my other underrated game is the game that everybody's making fun of me for playing, and that's Snoopy Grand Adventure. Now, I'm a big fan of old school platforming games, like jump here, jump there, like get through the stages, especially if they have good level designs. And like and Snoopy's Grand Adventure was like, yes, finally, I haven't played a game like this in like 15 years. And so like people will like say, oh my god, you're playing Snoopy Grand Adventure. If you play it, if you just demo it, hopefully they have like a free trial somewhere, or you can Redbox it. You'll see what I'm talking about if you were a fan of damn, if you were a fan of like adventure platforming games, like just like those old school platforming games, like I felt like a version like of Mario or something like that. So it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I have no shame in playing it and showing off my Xbox achievements in that game. So no, it's not hard, but it was a fun game. Now the other game that I thought was underrated was very underrated, but it deserved some of this criticism, but it didn't. Some of the criticism was too harsh because I did enjoy it overall, and that was The Order 1886. Now, this game, I mean, visually it was a masterpiece. The gameplay was okay when you actually got to play. It was good. It's just that they had a huge opportunity to make this something great, and they just felt like they got lost in what they wanted to do. But it wasn't as bad as a game. It's not the baddest game I've ever played. It's actually was one of the better games I played on the PlayStation 4, and I did enjoy it. I tell you this, I won't play it again because I can't skip the cutscenes and skip right to the game. So that's the only thing that hurts it. Is like once you beat it, it's like, oh, that was fun, but you're never going to be in the mood to actually want to go through it again. But those are my underrated games of 2015.
I want to add to my list. Now that I thought about it. A very underrated game that I reviewed. Very, very underrated, but it was probably one of the dopest games that released in 2015. Hands down, with Transformers Devastation.
Okay. All right.
That game so good, and it was so slept on. And I'm like, why do people not play this and buy this like that? But it had the combat. It was a throwback to the Gen 1 Transformers. I'm like, this should be supported, man. This was dope. That actually had one of the best combat systems I played in a while. And another title I'll say for the PS4, very dope, very beautiful game, very, very colorful. Something I've been catching myself playing recently, just the demo of it at least. Tearaway Unfolded was good as well. I hear nobody talking about it. Nobody.
Jabari talking about it.
Yeah,
shout out to Jabari, man, because he knows, man. That game is good, bro. It's good.
Tearaway. You know what? I went to GameStop to go pick it up because I shout out to Doug Meyer. He was telling me how good the game is. The thing is, I wasn't a fan of buying it because I heard it was a Vita port, and I was like, I'm not interested in paying full price for a used to be Vita game. But I went to go pick it up, and I'm in GameStop, and I'm like, hey, I see that you got a sales tag on Tearaway. And they said, oh, yeah. I was like, so how much is it? And they was like, she said $39.99. I was like, no, how much is the sale price? She's like $39.99. And I was like, no, that's not the sale price. That's the original price. So she's going through taking the tag off, and it's like, oh, the sale tag is old. So I was like, damn, how much was it on sale for? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, that sucked. And I was like, but had I been quiet and just like, hey, this is on sale for $20 because they didn't take the sticker off, I would have been able to get it at a good price. But maybe I'll rent it. If Demi says it's underrated, hopefully that means it's pretty good.
And one more title, and I'm done. I'm done. One more title that got announced at E3, and it was for Xbox. That a lot of my Xbox brethren, come on, we gotta buy games, man. Beyond Eyes was one of the most beautiful games I played in 2015. Underrated, beautiful indie. It was for Xbox, and I hear nobody talking about it. I hear nobody, yo, this game is dope. I don't hear any of that. It was about a girl looking for a cat. Hold on, I know the plot doesn't sound too interesting, but it's a blind girl looking for a cat, and the world transforms around you in beautiful colors and just looking all gorgeous, man. I promise you, if you guys ever get the chance to buy that, it's on sale or whatever, please pick that game up.
I was interested in the other game. I was just it was like one of them things like, do I? Because the thing is, I have I generally buy maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 6 indies a year, maybe. And that game I was looking at, I'm like, okay, that looks interesting, but I just never pulled the trigger on it. Kind of wanted to see somebody else kind of play the game first to see. I usually, when in the Xbox store, they have like a preview, whether it be somebody streaming a game or or a recorded clip just to get a little hint of the gameplay, what the gameplay looked like. And I generally, when it comes to indies, I end up making my purchase decision just like that. There's another game. Speaking of indie, that I would freaking I don't know if I call it underrated. I don't know if anybody played it enough to rate it. Was the game Crimson Land. That game is nerve freaking wrecking, rage inducing. Like that game it's crazy. It's if you check it out, it should be cheap on the Xbox One, but it's a hard game. It's like it come out in stages. It's not hard from the jump. It's just the further you get in the game, it just get retarded hard, and the boss fights just get kind of just stupid to the point where you want to throw your controller. It's called Crimson Land. It's I'm trying to see what game would you compare it to? It's like one of them old school 1992 type games, top down shooter. Stick shooters and whatnot. So, but it is a good game if you get to check it out, get to try it. Crimson Land. But shout out to everybody watching. It's definitely greatly appreciated, you guys. We're gonna be here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and this is gonna be the normal cast. The writers from HardKnotGamers.com. We called this the Writers Block because we are responsible for like the writing and the editorials and the reviews on the website. We got so Rise of the Tomb Raider was announced as to be coming to PC at the end of January. We also know that the game has sold over 1 million copies. A lot of people were making a big deal saying that this game was unsuccessful, that the game flopped. But we did learn that games like Forza Motorsport 6 was another game that was accused of flopping. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Halo, they all sold over 1 million during the holiday season. So we want to give some congrats to some games because we do buy our games. Games are selling, and that's good for the industry. So that means we're going to be getting some more games, and hopefully the budget for these games continue to increase. But Rise of the Tomb Raider was the Xbox One exclusive or Xbox exclusive for the holiday season. It's making its non-Xbox release on the PC, I think January 29th, and they just released some of the PC specs for it. So for those who are interested in the game and want to know if your rig can run it, because we know a lot of you guys say you got powerful PCs, and then next thing you know, you're running a Windows XP 2002 rig. So no, just say just being honest. This is like people talk a lot, but when it comes to actual gaming, it's something completely different. So I'm gonna pull up the specs here. So if you have a PC and you want to know if your rig can run Rise of the Tomb Raider, this is what you need. Minimum requirements. These are the minimum requirements for the PC version of Rise of the Tomb Raider. So as far as operating systems go, this is not a Windows 10 required game. So you can have at least a Windows 7 base computer, 64-bit. The processor, minimum processor you would need is at least a Intel Core i3-2100 or a AMD equivalent processor. Graphics card, you can run this game with a GTX 650 2GB or AMD HD 7770 2GB. So if you have anything with those specs or higher, you would be able to run this game fine. You need at least 6 GB of RAM, and your hard drive space, you need at least 25 gigs to download this game. It is a DirectX 11 base, and of course, it supports mouse and keyboard. Anybody, any opinions, anything, any surprises?
Well, first off, congratulations to Tomb Raider for hitting 1 mil. Congrats. You know, it's hard for games to get 1 mil out here. Glad to see it supported.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, them specs don't sound too demanding, man.
They're not demanding at all. No, nope.
Not at all. And another thing, I want to say that Tomb Raider didn't flop. It probably didn't hit everybody's expectations. But remember when the first Tomb Raider came out and Square was talking about, oh, it sold 3.4 million, something like that, and it didn't hit the demands that they wanted. The goals is there. It hit 1 million. Let's just be happy that games are selling this much, because not that many games are selling this well. Keep it about it. Not that many games are selling this well. Not many games see that 1 million mark, not especially in that allotted time slot. So congratulations to Tomb Raider. I hope my PC people enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be replaying this again, and
Game of the year.
one of my games of the year. But that's a whole different subject for a different time.
It'll be game of the year next year, trust me. And the thing about Tomb Raider, like I said, I think it opened first week sales of at least retail copies 350,000, and which people thought was a fail or a flop. But you got to think about it. That's 350,000 in November, 350,000 in like the month of August, July, even January, February is a #1 game. Just thinking about that of how many games sell in the month of like October, November, and December during that holiday time is that a game. I don't know if it made the top 10 when it first released, but with its first week sales, it would have been a #1 game in any other month. So just to goes to show you, but it's good to see that the game did do its sales numbers and hit that 1 million mark. Anybody else have any thoughts on Rise of the Tomb Raider or any experiences you want to share?
Well, actually, I kind of want to talk about that because I kind of was laughing at all these people that were talking about how Rise of the Tomb Raider failed and everything else. I'm guilty. I don't own it yet. I actually downloaded the definitive edition. It was sitting on my hard drive for like ever. And then I decided back a month ago I had to stay up all night because my kid was sick, so I decided I was going to play the definitive edition. I ended up playing it for like 12 hours straight. I was addicted to it. It was amazing. I couldn't believe that I'd been sleeping on that game for so long. So I'm really hyped that this game was successful because it's a really great game series. Like, it's a beautiful game. I really can't wait to see what, like, some PC, like, what's going to look like on PC and everything else. Not that my laptop could play it, but I'll grab it. I'll snatch it up on my Xbox in the next week or two. But people really shouldn't talk down about sales about it because it did well. You think about what games came out in like that 3-week period of like late October into like mid-November. There was games dropping like what every 3-4 days. It was crazy for a while there. Like I don't know about anyone else, but my wallet was drained before Christmas even started.
Yeah, it was crazy. What about you, Abby? How do you? What are your any thoughts or any opinions on the Rise of Tomb Raider as a game itself? Its future releases or?
I didn't play the game. I had no interest in the game either. It's just not a series I followed, or I don't know, not really my cup of tea, I suppose. But I did hear a lot good about it, I suppose. So.
And Fame. Fame, you there?
Slate disappeared.
Okay, he probably was able to get on his computer, but the one thing I do want to talk about is 2016. So we've seen some of the greatest games and some of the worst games come and go in 2015. Now we're 5 days into the new year, and what we saw last year at E3 and Gamescom, we saw a lot of extremely nice-looking games, and I want to know, like, let's share our expectations for this year. You know, which February is looking kind of sweet if you are a gamer. Let's start with you, Demi. What's going on? What's your expectations for 2016?
2016, I'm hoping it's gonna be a hell of a year, man. We got PlayStation coming out the gate announcing games, and we got Xbox. Xbox is riding through it. They're announcing stuff here and there, and we got some stuff just coming out. I can't wait to play like February. I can't wait to get my hands on the Street Fighter 5. I'm not gonna hold you. And then we got April with Quantum Break and Uncharted. Man, I think I need a towel. But it's one of those years where you just know everything is meaty. Everybody is eating RPGs, fighters, shooters, action adventures, whatever. We have so many games coming out. I do not want to see people complain about there's nothing to play. We have nothing to play, nothing at all. It is so many games, bro, coming out, and I just can't wait to play them all. Honestly, can't wait to play them all. Can't wait to review them all. Can't wait to have a backlog of them all.
And what about you? What about you, Nick? What's your expectations for 2016? Since we're already here, man.
Oh man. You know what? There's a lot of the games I was looking forward to in 2016 are just not going to happen in 2016, or I can't see them happening. Like, I was really excited for Scalebound, so you know that happened, and Recore, well, that happened too. So there's two right off the top, but I'm excited to get a PS4 at some point and play Uncharted, or run over to my friend's house and play that on launch day, because that's going to be exciting. Because let's face it, Uncharted's a great adventure game. It's right up there with Tomb Raider for me. But the game I most want to come out in 2016, it's never going to happen. I don't even think it's got even a release date yet, is if Square Enix could just release Kingdom of Hearts 3, my life could be complete at this point.
It's not happening in 2016, though. They sweet-ass times with that game. They're like... They're like what Rockstar used to be when it came to Grand Theft Autos, and just release it whenever they want. But and Abby, what do you have for 2016? What's your expectations for the year as far as gaming goes?
I was a wee bit let down by 2015. I mean, my biggest game was Halo 5 that came out.
Yes.
This year, my top game was Recore. As soon as I seen that at E3 for their first preview, I was just like, no, that's my game straight away. Just everything about that was exciting. Scalebound I was looking forward to as well, so I was kind of gutted with that. Another game that a lot of people don't seem like too into just yet is We Happy Few. I'm really excited about that game. I just think it looks so different. It just looks really unique. I thought it looked really interesting. A wee bit creepy, but you know.
It looked like you can take creepy.
yeah, it was like just a lot of the trailers that I was just like, it's a kind of different gameplay and all that, and I just thought that does look quite good. I just wish it got more attention. So. Yeah,
definitely. All right, so. 2016. Like I said, Scalebound was high on my list, but it still didn't stop my anticipation and expectations. I want to start off. We got in February alone. We got the game that's going to be underrated, Unravel. By EA's publishing that game. That game looks amazing. It seems interesting. Is going for $20. Comes out February 9th along with other games. The game I'm looking for on PlayStation, I can't wait for. I've been following it over the past 6 weeks. Is the game Firewatch. I can't wait for that to come out. Street Fighter, I might get on PS4. I might get on PC. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I might not get it at all. I might not get it day one. I can't wait to play as Rash on Killer Instinct Season 3 because we got to demo him during the summer, which was awesome. But as far as games, I don't know if Horizon is a lock for 2016, but if it is, I can't wait for Horizon. Denise, back up. I can't wait for Horizon for 2016. If it comes out in 2016. Uncharted is on my list. I mean, it'll be a game I might get. Oh no, let me stop lying. I'm going to get Uncharted. I'm going to get Uncharted. That's no joke. I wasn't a big fan of the multiplayer like that, but I did like and this is why I'm happy I got the Nathan Drake collection because I did enjoy the adventure itself. It like that and Tomb Raider. I do enjoy those type of games, and hopefully we get more of those games in that genre. But as far as Quantum Break, obviously, I can't wait for that. We got Gears of War 4. The Last Guardian they said is supposed to be a lock for 2016. Me personally, I'm not interested. I expected us to hear more from it in 2016. Do I expect it to release? No. But if it does, kudos. I'll be there to see. XCOM 2 comes out in February. This is going to be my first true test of me trying to attempt PC gaming like legitly. But yeah, there's a lot, and I'm just really just talking about games that are coming out like earlier. Once we get into summertime and fall time, Crackdown 3 is about to be there. Go ahead, Abby.
No, I was just going to say, in February, have I got this wrong or have I just missed something? But is Far Cry Primal not out in February as well?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I think there was a lot of talk on that at the very start, and
that is something I clearly forgot.
Yeah, well, I had to check it there because I was like, wait, that's coming out this year, and I didn't realize that was February. So.
No, I'm looking at my list right now, and I completely forgot Far Cry. I feel like an idiot. Plants vs. Zombies 2, which is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, forgot all about that.
Hey, just I got kicked, but I'm assuming we're talking about games we anticipated for in 2016.
That is correct.
because there's one game that's on my radar that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, but I hope y'all should. Is the South Park the Fractured But Whole. Because the Stick of Truth was pure greatness. It was the Game of the Year 2013, and the Fractured But Whole will be Game of the Year 2016. I don't care what nobody says. That's going to be my Game of the Year. Hands down.
Okay, Fame has now he is now my favorite guy on this podcast now, everybody. Because, like, damn, I played through that game, like, 3 times. Like, it was such a good game. My wife, like, very rarely plays video games, but South Park The Stick of Truth is the one game, like, she spends hours playing that game on end. And honestly, I'm so excited for another one. Another game I'm really excited for is, like, Hitman's coming out. Like, I'm a huge Hitman fan. I'm a stealth junkie gamer. So, like, Hitman's going to hopefully fulfill that desire, hopefully.
Oh, you can't forget For Honor. That's coming out too.
Oh yeah, For
yeah.
Honor. That game looks awesome. I can't. Hopefully, we get more of that game. That game's a multiplayer, right? By Ubisoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've been in the closet excited for The Division, and that's looking like a day one for me. I don't care about the downgrades.
It is a day one.
But it's like, I don't know, man. Every time I see it on the Xbox store, I'm like tempted to pre-order it.
Dude,
But
I've been playing this game for a year. It's day one.
yeah, and you got Dishonored 2. You got what's that game? Homefront. You got damn it, Mass Effect. You got
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh man.
You got Battleborn that's coming out too. I'm not sure too many people were interested in that.
Battleborn. You got
But I'm not letting go of South Park. If y'all haven't, go play Stick of Truth. It's backwards compatible. It's gonna be the best $20 you ever spent.
Wait,
much fun. You're gonna be laughing.
Guys. Mass Effect Andromeda is coming out. Let's just take a second to reel in this greatness that's about to happen to us all.
It's gonna be the game of the year because it's a damn RPG. It is. RPGs only win game of the year. Like it's like every year, if there's an RPG to come out, no matter how good the next game was, the RPG will win.
Oh yeah, Mafia 3 is supposed to be coming out this year too.
Oh yeah, Mafia. Okay, yep.
Dark
Mafia
Souls
3.
3 too.
Oh yeah.
No lie, I'm looking forward to Gravity Rush 2. I will be buying the remaster that comes out this month. Gravity Rush 2 will be a really good game this year. I can't wait for that.
Okay, and then before we go, a homeboy in the comments, I forgot his name. I think it's Terminator. He's been letting us know we need to talk about the Xbox Slim that's supposed to be dropping. I don't know much about it. I know it was as a speculation. It's supposed to be discless. It might be. It's supposed to compete with Apple TV. I don't know. Is this something? If the Xbox Slim comes out, would this be something one of you guys would like trade in your original console for it and get, or?
No, because the rumors is supposed to be discless. It's supposed to be Windows Store stuff only. It's just I don't. Why would I downgrade? If that came with a more powerful system, yeah, but it's supposed to be, a smaller discless Windows Store version only of the Xbox One. I could do all that stuff now. There's no point.
It ain't no point. It's for those people that don't want to get a console, but they want a console just to have it.
Or the casual box.
Just
the Netflix box, the Netflix
like
box
that,
one.
bro. Something because it can be hit or miss when you go with this kind of thing. For digital players, great, but if it is Windows Store only, that hurts the sales already.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but it might be a good idea to get people that haven't played games before into games. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of a gateway into it. So you never know, you might get more gamers coming in.
Well, see, if they're going to do the Xbox Slim again, because they did that with the 360, but what made me buy into the Xbox Slim, like, I had the Xbox 360 Elite, the 120 gigabyte hard drive, nice big black box thing that took up, like, the whole TV stand. I love that thing. I shed a tear when that thing died on me. But, like, what made me upgrade to a Slim instead of buying another Elite is the hard drive size was double. Like my R2-D2 Xbox 360 that still sits in my bedroom that has now become the Netflix machine is Like, it's my favorite thing, but the hard drive size is the thing. If they want to make the Slim work and they're going to make it digital only, they got to give that thing like a 2 terabyte hard drive to make it even worth anyone's time.
2 terabyte hard drive and let it have access to the Xbox Game Store, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put the Xbox Game Store on there, that'll make it more tight. But if it's just the Windows Store, I'm okay. I don't want to pay $200 to play Asphalt 8 and watch Netflix or Hulu.
You need the Asphalt 8, which is an expensive ass game.
It's not free.
It's free, but if you really want to take advantage,
they got
shit in there that costs like $99.
Damn.
Hey, I played that one day. Low-key lit. Low-key.
I ain't going. No, it is lit. I got me a few achievements in there. Nah, I ain't no shame. You can see. I got a few achievements in there. I ain't paid for anything, but that's all I'm gonna get because I think I have to. That's a true free to play though. Or like really free to play because all free to plays are like type expensive, and that's one expensive free to play. I got an achievement for the Minions game too, which I'm looking to dive into. But as far as we're pretty much good for time, but we don't want to hold you guys over too much. I'm damn enjoying this cast here. Like I said, our website is hardknotgamers.com. You can look for our content first there, get all the latest news, reviews there. Right now we're undergoing maintenance. We should be back up and running pretty soon. I'll be sharing links again soon.
We'll be about a morning, I think. I want to say Drake said we might be good now.
But okay, cool. And speaking of Drake, shout out to King Dre. And the reason why if we're trying to take over like YouTube like in your time, and because the thing is after this podcast, which is going to be ending soon, you got to check out King Dre the recap podcast.
Yeah.
This is a sports podcast. Which starts, I believe, at 9 p.m. So we don't run too late. Check over. Hopefully, we're gonna throw his link somewhere maybe in the chat or definitely in the description to check out King Dre's sportscast YouTube. I think it's King Dre for the win. It should be, but definitely check out his podcast. That was one entertaining show last week. And a week before that, I think they had 2 so far, but a really great podcast takes place at 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 or 9:30. If he's in the chat, he should be able to tell you exactly what time, just so I'm not incorrect. But before we tell everyone goodbye, and until next week, anybody got anything that they want to say? Anything you want to check out? Some plugs before we hit the log out button?
I'll go first. Hey guys, DemiGodReviews here. If you have the time and the effort, please go check out the channel. It is much appreciated. If you like a video, drop a sub. I'll definitely appreciate it. You are welcome every time you come to my channel, guys. I appreciate it. Meanwhile, besides checking me out, go check out my homie Upchuck Gaming, another guy on the rise. That's the homie. Go check him out. He does great things. I also want to give a big shout out to the council. They showed some love to me when I was down, when I was first getting started. So big shout out to the council. Big shout out to Jay Bari that's in the chat talking about PS1. That's the homie. And just check out the channel, man. I do good things. I do a lot of reviews. I just did my Just Cause review in 2015. That was my last review in 2015. Go check it out. 61 views. I'm getting there. 150 subs. We're out here, guys. Go check me out. And thanks.
And then we got Abby.
I don't really have much to say at the moment because, well, I've just started with these guys. Don't have YouTube at the moment, but if you could get on my Twitter, that'd be really good. I've posted on the page on Facebook, and it'd be great to have some more followers.
Nice. Definitely. Wait, what's your Twitter handle so we can put it in the chat? I know Jabari's thirsty to follow you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I need to make a special shout out because he makes the effort to comment on everything that I comment on. So yeah, that guy, honestly, best fan ever. I can't thank for better. So.
What's your Twitter handle? Is it like xXAbby?
Yep, hold on, I'm trying to find my thing again. I know I'm even new to Twitter, it's sad. Yeah, it's just down as xXAbby with the small x XAbby.
All right, that's it.
She's about to get 100 followers right now.
And then all right, and then Nick.
Yeah, so I don't have YouTube working right now because I lost the password to my YouTube and my phone's
Oh,
fucked.
damn.
So yeah, I'm starting up a new one. Which, if you follow me on Twitter at Undead3XVI, you will be able to be in the loop when that gets created, and you'll have tons of great reviews. And I'm a little bit of a ranter, so if you don't like people getting angry, don't follow me. I tend to get mad a lot, and there's lots of profanity. So if you're easily offended, don't follow me. But other than that, this was great.
Nice. And then we got Fame ENT, Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Tuesday Night, Mr. Let Your Voice Be Heard.
I was about the issues I had today, man. It's typical Fame having issues on a podcast, but I am your COO of Hard Knock Gamer. Thank you guys so much for checking out anything we do, whether it's the Twitter, the Facebook, the website, the podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for helping us build a great community. Make sure you guys follow everybody that's on this panel, especially my sister Abby. Go give her 200-300 subs right now. I'm pretty sure she appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out the channel, youtube.com/FameENT. Hate me or love me. I feel like I got one of the up and coming channels on YouTube, so make sure you guys go and check it out.
All right, and you guys know who I am. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting. I'm surprised to get many of you in here tonight to watch the Hard Knock Gamers, the Writer's Block podcast. This is only episode 1, and we hope to give you hundreds and hundreds of more podcasts. Check back here every Tuesday. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you are, give me a like, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. As I always say, no disrespect to any other console you own, but you guys know me. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe, and make sure you check out King Dre's the Recap podcast right now. Thank you. You guys have been awesome. We out.
See you later.
Heck of a show.